Guys, real quick, while we before we get started, if you guys do have any questions throughout the presentation, there is a chat window there. We have some panelists in the background. We've got James from etherFAX and Roth from ACDI that will be there to answer any kind of in-depth technical questions that you guys have. So feel free to send a note to the panelists, and we'll make sure we get those answered for you as we go throughout the presentation. Thank you, Roth, for leading everybody there. That's good. Oh, yeah, I got a lot more people joining us now. Good.
Awesome.
Eric Olson. Good to see you, Eric.
Jerry.
You know Jerry? Good old Jerry?
I know good old Jerry.
Bob O'Shaughnessy. I got Bob.
We were just at the Cubs game like a week ago together.
Go Cubbies.
Yep.
So funny story, Jen, you know Rich O'Boyle. When I first interviewed him to bring him onto Lexmark many years ago, the final question was Cubs or Sox, because it was for a Chicago role, and he answered Orioles. So I like that answer, and it was good. It was neither Cubbies or the Sox.
I'm a Phillies fan, I gotta say.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Not that they've been doing great lately, but
I am a Giants fan. All right, let's give about 90 more seconds. We've had a bunch of people jump in over the last few seconds here. As we get started, guys, if you have chat, open your chat window. Please feel free to throw us any kind of questions out there. We are recording this. We will be able to share this with your teams later on. We'll put it out in both etherFAX and ACDI. I'll share this for you all. And if you get some good stuff now, you can't be just laughing and taking it over there.
Jerry likes the White Sox.
Yeah, she sent a private message to everybody, though. You got to send it over just to that person, Jen.
Gotcha.
You're good. All right, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Greco?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Everyone, thank you all very much for taking the time to join us today. Jennifer and I are going to hopefully talk to you about revolutionizing faxing. That is a thing, for sure. A lot going on in the faxing world, and we're here to talk to you guys about it, right? So real quick, my name is Mark Hart. I'm the VP of Business Development for ACDI. I know a lot of you guys on the phone today and a lot of partners, but if you're not a partner, welcome. And would love to talk to you more about becoming a partner of ACDI. And then we have Miss Jennifer.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. I see a lot of familiar faces. My name is Jennifer Greco. I'm a national account manager here at etherFAX. I've been here for about 6 years. It's funny because when I started here, I knew nothing about fax or technology or telephony. Today, I manage over 50 MFP dealers across North America. I've done dozens of trainings, co-hosted events, managing many relationships. We've made so many wonderful relationships in the MFP. You guys are awesome, which brings me to our partnership with ACDI. We share a lot of the same space in the MFP world. They're absolutely amazing people to work with. I'm extra excited about this relationship because we have brought our technologies together to deliver an exceptional user experience for everybody.
And what she didn't tell you, it's her first webinar.
It is.
Everything you see, it's her first ever national webinar.
First ever national webinar. So you guys are very lucky.
I'm glad to be hosting with you, Jennifer.
Me too.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun. So why are we, a little bit more about our companies. We're not going to read through this. It's for those of you that might be new to either company. Kind of have it out here for you about who we are and who our companies are. But ACDI, we've been in the channel now for 30 years. It's our 30th anniversary this year as of June. And so we're very excited to be working with partners such as etherFAX to complement our flagship product of PaperCut. And so we too feel like, what we're here to talk about today will be exciting for you guys. And yeah, exciting for you, our ACDI partners who might not know etherFAX, to get to know them a little bit better.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. For those of you who don't know about etherFAX, we are headquartered in New Jersey. I have to say that because I live here in this beautiful state. We were founded in 2009. We've been in the channel business as well. Our founders have over 100+ years of fax and telephony experience. So we at etherFAX established ourselves as a leading secure document delivery platform. Our biggest differentiator in this marketplace is security. We're very, very big on security. Our commitment to security is seen through substantial investments we've made with high trust, PCI, HIPAA. And just over this past year, we've worked exceptionally hard on our FedRAMP certification, which will be ready in the next upcoming months. Having these certifications is very important. It ensures that our network is not only the largest, but is the most secure document exchange network in the industry.
FedRAMP's a big deal.
Yes.
It's something that most software companies have yet to achieve or don't even attempt to achieve. So kudos to you guys for going down that path. I know that that's a huge accomplishment and fits into the world of security and where we're going today, and kind of leads into why are we here, right? Years ago, the standard telephone lines and stuff were deregulated by the FCC, and what that means now are the traditional copper lines that all of us are used to using way back in the day before we had our cell phones are being discontinued. When that happens, there's now no pricing regulations that are coming down from the government to these companies like AT&T, Verizon, Spectrum, whoever they're getting their services from. And so without that deregulation, prices now for traditional copper lines are going through the roof for those that want to keep them. Right, Jen? Is that what you guys are seeing a lot on your side?
Also, another huge complication is sporting these lines. So it is possible for these people to get support for these analog phone lines that are going away. They're just being dropped on them. I've had people call in saying they need faxing today because they lost their analog phone line. So it's just been a mess, but good for us.
Yeah, we actually had a conversation with the local school district in my hometown here in Kentucky. They have a problem right now where their 911 calls from the school are being redirected to another school in a county over, and they can't get this figured out right now from the copper line. So the support, like you said, is an absolute nightmare for these copper lines. And so we've got to find some ways to help our customers figure out a path forward. And we're here today specifically talking about faxing and why that comes into play. And I think for us in this space, when you start deregulating fax lines and traditional copper lines, that now opens up the world to customer choice. We know that there's a lot of vendors out there. There's a lot of fly-by-the-night kind of companies coming in and say, hey, we can help you. And we're trying to make sure our customers don't get caught up in that. We want to be able to offer them a great solution. We want to be able to, empower you as dealers to go out and talk to your customers about, here are some great solutions. And specifically, when it comes to fax and moving to the cloud, we think that etherFAX paired up with PaperCut or as standalone is a fantastic solution for those that are wanting to move to the cloud. Jen, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I have a lot to say in the next slide about our integration and why it's so important. But I want to start talking just a little touch base on who we are. This is our company, a secure exchange network. It is, we built it as security as our number one. I want to just take a second and talk about all of the data breaches that are going on in addition to the dropped analog phone lines. It is extremely important to protect data. I actually was sitting at my kitchen table last night and I was going through my mail and I'm looking at this mail from Ticketmaster with cybersecurity underneath. And I opened it up and sure enough, they said, hi, we've had a security breach. Your information has been compromised. And I wasn't happy about it, but this can be detrimental to organizations. It's something that's becoming bigger and bigger. But again, some of our benefits and many advanced features that we have with our SEND network, we have a never busy inbound. We have heartbeat notifications. So if you're down, we'll alert you. End-to-end encryption, high resolution, color document transmissions. Why is that important? The high resolutions of documents is very important because the more options you have related to workflow, automations, the journey after the document is received. This represents the future of fax. It's very important. As we all know, fax is continuously evolving. Every day, stuff is changing. etherFAX is already at the forefront of these changes. We help redefine perception of fax while creating workflow tools that can offer a better ROI for you and your customers, especially when we have integrations built into applications and solutions like etherFAX and PaperCut. I am super, super excited about this integration. This integration is going to help address ongoing challenges many organizations face today and will face in the future. I'm certain that ACDI and etherFAX are here to be the last fax technology you'll ever have to invest in. We are both committed to addressing your fax requirements today and every day in the future. And we look forward to building relationships moving forward.
Yeah, Jen, I think what you keyed on is something that, our team here at ACDI is focused on, and it's security.
Yeah.
We with PaperCut, forever and a day, it's a print management product, but really today, what we talk about, it's a print security product. People want to be able to print, they want to be able to fax, scan securely, whatever that may be. The key is the security aspects underneath. And I think that what you guys, it's an interesting touch to say, hey, you really don't call yourself out as a cloud faxing company or faxing, right? Secure exchange network is quite unique, but I think it really hits home to say that that's ultimately what the customers are trying to do. Get from point A to point B in a secure method that they know that, to be able to get a confirmation and stuff that my documents made it where they need to be.
Correct. Highly important today. Like I keep hearing, like I want to say maybe once a week of things that are, data breaches that are happening and, people calling in. I actually had, I'm going to just bring this up real quick. A huge company called me the other day saying that they want to use us on the back end because they're so scared of a data breach happening that they want to have something in the back and slowly migrate everything over to etherFAX because they know how secure we are.
That's fantastic. And what I've got up here now is the partnership and how we came together. etherFAX has been on the market for a while now, and obviously PaperCut's been around for almost 30 years as well. We paired the products together because it just made sense. When we look at those customers that we have today that are already using PaperCut, our ACDI development team created an integration module to now etherFAX is built directly into our interface. And so when you select destinations, you'll be able to tie from an API level directly into the etherFAX backend. We together as a team, ACDI and etherFAX, we felt like this is important because going back to customer choice, now that PaperCut inherently has pretty much every embedded every MFP embedded out there today. So with that capability of PaperCut, you now can put etherFAX embedded directly on the user panel from PaperCut on no matter what device your particular customers are using. In mixed fleet environments, it plays a part even more key, right? To have that capability, to have the user have the same experience from MFP vendor ABC copier, however they want. And so we just kind of wanted to give you an overall look and feel of what you would see from a setup side on the PaperCut interface. Our team at ACDI can help you do this so you can get the advanced fax integration as part of PaperCut. And then the ACDI professional services team that Nasir leads, his team can do the installs for you if you would like, or we can train your teams, as we always do, meet you where you are. We can train your teams to be able to do the integrations as well. And so from a user standpoint, from an interaction, they'll see the etherFAX logo right there on the panel inside of MF. Now, one thing that our development team did to kind of enhance the experience with etherFAX is we built in an address book. So now you'll have an address book there available as well for the users to be able to set it up and set up who they're faxing to on a normal basis. So we've taken the power of etherFAX and their secure exchange network, right? Snapped it into PaperCut, which is the #1 print management product on the market today. And now you have not only print secure Now you have cloud faxing, secure exchange built in together. So I think it's a great 1-2 combo.
Yes, and I want to add something there. There really is no change to the user experience, which is key because there's no retraining, anything like that. We're honestly just becoming the transport on the back end for all security purposes and all enhanced benefits and features.
And so if you look at some of the top verticals teams that are really looking at moving here, healthcare by far number one, right? Jen mentioned the FedRAMP certification. So governments, state, local governments are absolutely key in moving to this. Obviously education, but still the others that you might not call on as much, legal, there's still a ton of faxing that's happening in the legal market. So if you do just a couple quick Google searches, you'll see that legal is one of the top 3 verticals right now that you could go call on for this type of experience. And then obviously still manufacturing world. You think of bill of ladings being transferred back and forth throughout different companies. So there's a lot of great vertical applications for this.
And also finance is a big one, handling people.
There you go. That's right. Banking. Yeah.
Banking.
It's a good call. Jen, why don't you tackle this? I know you guys get a lot of questions coming in, and so you wanted to put this together to show, like, you know, here's some of the stuff that we might get asked.
Yeah. So how does the API-based connector between etherFAX and PaperCut create a superior faxing experience compared to traditional methods? I think I touched on a lot of this before in my presentation. You know, security, again, number one, but also we have many advanced features in our network that's going to enhance the user experience. You know, I've seen companies come to us and, you know, they want to move to a cloud solution and we put them on etherFAX and their faxing almost doubles because of our never busy inbound feature. People love the fact as well, too, that if we lose a connection for any reason to PaperCut or to the MFP, we will notify you. etherFAX also gives out great customer portals where you can track reports, you can track fax transactions, you can pull all kinds of reports, call metrics, you can see, you know, where the fax is failing, where, you know, why it's failing. Stuff like that is a big differentiator for us as well.
There's a lot of questions here. We wanted to just put these up on the screen for you guys to see that this is some of the things that you might get from your customers. Obviously, we don't want to go through every one of these, but we just want to show you, like, here's some things that you might get probed for. And just the ask is just get us engaged. We will help you both from a technical standpoint. We, etherFAX and ACDI, have some great professional services and technical teams on the back end that will be there to support you and your dealerships. But it is, you know, there's some things from a consultative standpoint that we can have you help you go ask a few questions to your end users, to your customers, that will get them thinking, hey, do I need to look at moving to a secure faxing solution to get rid of these absorbent cost and increases that are happening on the phone lines?
I do see a question in there that I get asked all the time. How does the
What's that? What do you see?
Phone book feature? That is key. Everybody wants a phone book. It's one of the, like, it's make or break sometimes for us, but the phone book is key. And, you know, we've already brought on customers together, ACDI and etherFAX, and we are having a huge inquiry of questions coming in about our integration, and that is one of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we want you to know we're out there together. There's a few shows coming up very soon. Next month, there's the BTA Gateway to Success in San Antonio. We will be there together. If anybody's coming in early on that Monday night, stay tuned. Where I think we're going to host an event together, maybe do a little golf or something like that. And then October, we have the CDA, I think it's Owners and Marketing meeting out in Vegas. We'll be there. But always our ACDI and etherFAX teams are here to help you. If you see the QR codes that are on the screen right now, if you take your phone, you can scan those and automatically be redirected. Or if you want to, you know, the numbers and things that are there to support you any way you can, right? Jen, you got a whole team behind you as well.
Yep.
So that's kind of it today, right? Short, sweet, to the point. We would love to, you know, if you guys have any questions, again, please feel free to shoot those over in the chat environment. One that I saw come across to me is, do we have a demo version available or like a trial version? Jenna, I know we do on the PaperCut side. Do you guys have something that is available on your side for a trial setup?
Yeah, so we're already doing this for multiple dealers. We kind of give them like a sandbox account, and then they can demo the PaperCut. We'll give them the API key. They can demo PaperCut with their internal environment, which I always recommend because it's better when you sell to the customer.
Another question that came in from Chris, thank you very much for the question, is what versions of PaperCut will support this solution? I think anything that supports the advanced fax, but I'm going to lean on Raf. Raf, if you don't mind throwing that out there. I know for sure 24, 23 will support it. I'm not 100% certain if 22 does, but Raf will throw that out there for us. Go ahead, Raf.
From 23 on.
From 23 on. Perfect. That's awesome. Version 23 on. Another question's coming in from Paul, and I know from a PaperCut side, we're good to go on the Canadian side, but Jen, do you guys support Canada as well?
We do. We actually have a data center in Canada, in Toronto, for data sovereignty. So we have a ton of Canadian customers. So yes.
So Paul, I'm assuming when it comes to Canadian health organizations and stuff like that, you know, HIPAA and all the rules are going to apply. We're going to look at each country specifically and take their unique requirements into account. Great question. Anything else? Okay. Well, Jen, thank you very much for hosting this with me and doing your first webinar. It was fantastic. You did a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I do want to say thank you on behalf of the whole ACDI team for the partnership with etherFAX and what you guys are doing and building it up. You know, we're always trying to find new ways to have adjacencies onto our product to help you as our resellers and etherFAX resellers be able to sell more to your customers, to become more sticky. And so I would challenge you to go out and look at every single PaperCut install. If you're an ACDI and PaperCut reseller, go out and look at every one, and you should be able to easily insert etherFAX into that. And then if you're not a partner today, we'd love for you guys to you know, have a look at our team, reach out to us, and we'd love to have you part of our network.
Yeah, thank you guys for taking the time out today. I know not everyone wants to sit here on a Wednesday and talk about fax, but we appreciate your time today. And Mark, thank you guys so much for putting this together. I hope we can do another one in the future, and I hope to see you guys soon at all the events.
Very good. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you guys.